Hey everyone, Brent Peterson here from Talk Commerce. You know what really got me thinking about style? My kids. They looked at me one day and said, "Dad, you just can't wear hoodies and conference t-shirts anymore." They were right. As someone who's constantly meeting with e-commerce leaders, speaking at conferences, and recording podcasts, I need to look sharp. But honestly, I hate shopping for clothes. That's where Taylor comes in and rescued me. Here's how it works. You rent clothes instead of buying them. I get my own personal stylist who curates my perfect outfits and sends them to me. I can even text them about upcoming events, whether it's a big client meeting or a conference keynote. Every month, I rent 5 to 7 pieces from quality brands that fit my style perfectly. I wear them for weeks, get compliments, then send them back in a prepaid envelope when I'm done. No commitment, no clutter. And here's what I love about renting. No decision fatigue, no cluttered closets. And I'm always trying some new styles I never would have picked myself. Plus, if you really love something, you can buy it at a discount. The best part, even my kids approve of my style. If you're tired of stressing out about what to wear, try renting from Taylor. Go to tailor.style. That's Taelor.style. And trust me, your future self will thank you. Welcome to this episode of Talk Commerce. Today I have Mo ElHawary. He is a DTC creative strategist. Mo, go ahead, do it a much better introduction for yourself. Tell us your day-to-day role and one of your passions in life.
Thank you, Brent. Much appreciate that. And first and foremost, thank you for having me with you today. So I'm a senior creative strategist. Been working as a creative strategist now for over 7-8 years. Worked with brands like Huel, Organifi, Dr. Squatch, Live Good, many brands in the 8-figure arena, 9-figure arena, 6-figure arena, less and more. My role on a day-to-day basis pretty much is all about creative, producing content for different social media platforms, attending meetings and calls with accounting team and board of directors to understand more about how their business operates, learn more about metrics most e-com brands do not pay attention to, and so on and so forth.
That's great, yeah. And how about passions? What do you have for passions in life?
Passion, interesting. To be very transparent with you, I noticed that passion always changes. So, for example, I'm coming originally from Egypt, and I was a pharmacist. So as a pharmacist, I had different passions. As soon as I graduated, my passion shifted completely to business and marketing. And then I started to have my own business. And then my passion changed completely to be in the creative industry. So I find it like it's a bit hard to determine one passion. I mean, at least for me. Maybe there are some people like me who do not believe that we exist, but I believe our type do exist.
Yeah, that's awesome. And then, of course, you're in Manchester. Are you a City or United fan?
Interesting. That's the question I always get from non-European countries.
Yeah.
Ironically speaking, literally where I live, I'm in the middle. So I'm like 10 minutes away to the City, 10 minutes away to United. With that said, I'm Barcelona fan.
All right. My friend who lives in Madrid will not like that, but we won't go into football. Let's talk about content and creatives today. But before we do that, you have volunteered to be part of the Free Joke Project. I'm going to tell you a joke, and all you do is give me a rating 8 through 13. So here we go.
Go for it.
My wife handed me 2 kayak paddles and asked, "Which one do you want?" I said, I don't care either or."
Okay, I would. That was a nice one, especially when I thought about it again. 8 to 13, I would give you 10.
All right, thanks. Yeah. A little bit of a hiccup on my delivery there, but I felt like it was a good wordplay joke, especially for English. All right, so tell us a little bit about your role as a creative strategist, what you do day to day. Just give us the 10,000-foot view.
So, briefly speaking, it starts from delivering briefs, working with creators, finding creators, producing reverse engineer content. And by say reverse engineer content, maybe I can give you an example that would explain a lot of what I do. So imagine that you sell weight loss products. Most of what brands do, they try to show their clients how their weight loss products is better than the rest of the market. How? By trying to talk about testimonials, us versus them, etc., etc. Where I come handy and how I do the job is by reverse engineering the persona. So I like to understand, why do people take our products? To lose weight. Why is that? Because of that. Why is that? Because of that. Why is that? Because of that. It's a model called 5 Why model that everybody can use using ChatGPT. Once I find that, then I can understand the core reason why people do need this product. And from there, I can come up with different angles. What is the benefit from that? We can tap into untapped markets to maximize revenue with no need to spend more, or with no need to scale the business into different countries or having different product lines.
That's great. So go back to the 5 whys. I'm interested, for those who aren't familiar with it, tell us the 5 whys, and then maybe, so let's start there.
So the 5 why and the SIT design thinking model, they could be used to support each other. So the 5 why model is, you ask yourself, why do people need to use my product? They will tell you because it tastes nice, because they would lose weight, because they would look better. Okay. But why do they want to lose weight? Why do they want to look better? Especially with apparel. Why do I wear your clothes? Because it represents who am I. But why is that? Because of whatever that is. And then you start asking 5 whys, not just to touch the surface, but to go to the deep value. You will find so many interesting data and interesting angles when you do that. You will find angles that can encourage the customer to ditch alcohol or any bad lifestyle habit with your product. So rather than keep showing people how your product helped them look nice, look decent, help them make money, save money, whatever that is, your product could help them also solve other bad lifestyle habits. Like, again, to give another example about the 5 why model, imagine that you sell bed sheets and your bed sheets are $500, which is pretty much expensive. And this is a case study, by the way, from one of the brands. So how would you present it? Yeah, maybe you can say my bed sheet has patented technology that can help you adapt your body temperature. So if you're a hot sleeper, it can make you cold. If you're a cold sleeper, it can make you warm. Great technology, great benefit. As soon as the customer finds out that it's $500, $200, $300, they will say, well, Walmart is cheaper. Target is better. Amazon is right. But if you can show and target women who have menopause, how this bed sheet will not only help you as you, but would help your partner. How did we achieve and came to that conclusion? By using the why model. We understood that people want to have relationship with their partners, and this is the core value. Connecting that to the SIT design thinking model, which is a model that most 10-figure brands use to develop new products, which is all about what can we do to make our products better? Do we need to add to it? Do we need to remove something from it? Do we need to break it down? Do we need to multiply something? Like, what do we need to do? Like back in the days, maybe 10 years ago more, there used to be, if you want to clean the floor, there is the mop, there is the bucket, there is the water. Maybe 5 years ago, 6 years ago, they invented that mop where you don't need buckets, you don't need water, it just have tissues, and then you have the mop with the tissue, you clean, the job is done. So they have removed elements to achieve the job. How did they do that? By understanding their customer persona, their sociology, their economical situation. What do these guys see, hear, and listen and interact with every single day? So to me, creative strategy is not just about duplicating ads or finding winning angles and double down on them, but also challenge what is already working to tap untapped markets.
I think that customer persona is always daunting as a merchant, because you want to find your ideal customer, your ICP. Do you have tips for a merchant or somebody that's running a brand to come up with their first persona for a client?
I love this question. When you say first persona, you mean new DTC brand, correct?
Yeah, just getting started. I think a lot of times that somebody with a brand is just so in the weeds they don't even know where to start.
I love that. This is exactly what the way you ask the question is unfortunately what most people do, which is they come up with a product and then their second question is, who is going to be my ideal customer? It should be the other way around. You should never come up with the product without knowing who you're going to target. It shouldn't be like you're sitting on the chair, looking up to the ceiling, and then thinking, what do I need to do to come up with a product that makes $1 million? No, you should have already witnessed something. And this is my best tip, that you personally, as the brand founder, has faced something that you believe you could be your own customer for life. This is the base. So I want to come up with a new product. Great. Step number one, something that I personally suffer from. Something that if nobody else buys from me, I'm happy to keep using it forever. And this is step number one. Step number two is to validate the concept, to make sure if it's a good hobby, if it's just good for some few sales on eBay or Amazon, or if it's a real business. That's why it's always advisable to start only with one product, one SQ.
Yeah, that's great. I think that there's a couple of examples of the Gillette guy. I think that he bought the Gillette. There's a lot of examples of founders who love that brand and who bought the brand or have started a brand because they needed a solution, right? And I think that even in the SaaS space, a lot of platforms come out of a brand that has found a solution that works for other brands. It sounds like that's kind of what you're saying is you have a solution for a problem that fits your needs and it could work for a lot of people. Is that a good way to look at it?
Absolutely. It doesn't have to be existing problem because there are different awareness stage levels. Like there is product aware, product unaware, problem unaware, solution aware, solution unaware. They're different. Like Apple, for example. What Steve Jobs has done, he came up with a product to unaware problem. People didn't mind having phones with buttons. They were okay with it. So he came up with a product or with a solution which was unknown solution to unknown problem, and it worked. It rarely works. Like this one rarely works, but it does exist. Why it did work from my humble experience and perspective? Because he believed in it himself. It was an issue that he himself faced as an issue, and he wanted to work on it and believed that not many people aware of that. As soon as they will absolutely be into it. So exactly what you said.
Yeah, and I think that you've really struck something there where a brand founder has so much passion in their brand. If they can work on then conveying that to the end user, that's really the magic in making sure that your solution fits that other person, then making the other person know that this solution fits them as well, right? Is that the kind of the word to put it together?
Well said.
So Mo, this has been such a great conversation and time is just flying by. What kind of advice do you give as we're going into the holiday season in the US? We have Black Friday, Cyber Monday, and I know it's going to be busy in England as well. What kind of advice do you give brands right now to position themselves already in a month? We're going to have big sales coming up in Christmas and Boxing Day and all those fun things. What kind of advice can you give them to position themselves?
For existing brands?
Yeah, for an existing brand that's going into the holidays that needs to do something.
Right. For existing brands, I would say your main primarily focus, like 70% of your focus, should be towards what is already working. So many brands get distracted and they want to do a million things at the same time during this holiday season, and they miss it. Every day is $1 million day. So make sure that you prioritize 70% towards the product that is already working for you, the strategy that is already working for you, double down. So this is what 70% of your focus should be. 20% of your focus should be towards what you want to get rid of. Imagine that you have stock that has been sitting on the shelves collecting dust for a while, specific product, whatever that is you want to get rid of. This is where 20% of your focus and budget should go to. And 10% should be towards testing new concepts, new products, new whatever you want to do, so long as this will not consume 10% of your money and time. This is pretty much the main thing, I would say, as we're approaching this holiday season. And maybe they can try the pre-holiday season offer. Maybe you have seen this already, like people say we're having early Black Friday, early Cyber Monday offer. Because nowadays, been working like that for now 2 or 3 years now, even more, that brands understood that people actually happy to buy early. They don't need to wait because they understand it's going to be the same offer anyway. So this could be like another marketing tactic.
Yeah, and I think Amazon is a great example. They do Amazon Prime Day, which is usually in the middle of the summer. And it seems like there's going to be a Prime Day almost every day pretty soon. But yeah, you're right. You're exactly right. You need an opportunity. I suppose you have to be careful not to oversell it, right? That your brand, your discount is just regular price.
Very true.
Mo, it's been such a great conversation. As I close out the podcast, I get everybody a chance to do a shameless plug about anything they'd like. What would you like to plug today?
Plug in what what way?
Just to promote, what thing would you like to shamelessly promote?
Frankly speaking, I have loads of things to promote, but maybe one thing I would vouch for, not myself, it would be like a brand. Like it would be something that I would encourage everyone to visit, which would be Huel. It's a very already well-known brand anyway. They do not need my advertisement or my promo for people to know them. But I 100% encourage everyone to know and go and learn about the founder story more than the product. Like it's really inspiring. They will understand. Just to give you a nutshell and to make people more enticing to check his story, he stepped down himself from being the CEO of the company to the CMO of the company just by realizing he's not a good CEO, and he dropped the titles. He said, I will do what I'm good at. I will hire someone who can do the hiring, the firing, managing the team, all of that kind of stuff. I will just do what I really like.
And who was it again? Okay, great.
Oh, yeah.
Perfect. I'll make sure we get those in the show notes. Mo ElHawary. It's been
Correct.
such a great conversation today. Thank you so much for being here.
Appreciate that. Thank you, Brent.
It's all good.